Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose bringing you another Gotham Knights video, and today what I got for you guys here is a ton of news. Of course, we got a brand new trailer for Gotham Knights at DC FanDome this last weekend, and with that we got new screenshots, a reveal that there may be factions in the game, and so much more. That reveal was really exciting. I know a lot of people have some complaints, and we're going to divulge into that in just a moment, but if you were excited and you liked what you saw at DC FanDome like I did, hit that thumbs up button. Share your excitement for Gotham Knights with me. I know it seems like it's a ways away, but one of the devs working at WB Montreal may have hinted that a release date is coming soon. If you're new here and you want to keep up to date on all things Gotham Knights, well then I got you covered. I'm making videos on all the news and updates for this game, reacting to trailers, showcasing gameplay when the game releases, and so much more. If that sounds good to you, then hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be immediately notified when a video goes live. Lastly, reminding you guys that I'm sponsored by Gamer Advantage. I wear glasses every single day to see, and of course staring at a computer screen for hours on end or at my phone throughout the day, I get some eye strain. But the blue light eyewear that's available from Gamer Advantage has reduced that significantly, and I could not recommend getting a pair enough. Head to that link in the description box below, grab yourselves a pair of Gamer Advantage glasses, and use code Caboose at checkout for 10% off your order. And with that being said, let's jump into this. Okay, so yeah, this past weekend, DC FanDome took place on Saturday, October 16th, and there was a lot of hype going into it, and I know some people came out of it a little disappointed. We did not get a release date, which I do agree is a little disappointing, but at the same time, they could have just not done anything for DC FanDome. DC FanDome is meant to be this massive event to celebrate everything DC, so of course there was going to be something from Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and Gotham Knights, regardless of what they had ready to show. I would much rather WB Montreal continues to put in the work on Gotham Knights, and when they're ready and they know they can meet a release date, then announce it. And for me, getting a full trailer focusing on the Court of Owls, giving us an idea as towards what sort of tone they're trying to set here with Gotham Knights and those villains, seeing some of the different enemy types and just seeing the environments, it was really cool for me. And speaking of new enemy types, well, one was revealed during this trailer, being the Gladiator Talons. These are supposed to be some bigger brutes that you're gonna have to face off against when you go into some of those Court of Owl labyrinths, and I love this design. They look very reminiscent of the Talons that you would recognize from the comic books, so they have that eeriness that you expect from the Court of Owls, but they're also these massive, intimidating brutes that we're going to have to face off against, and I imagine it's going to be quite a challenge to take them down. Then there's just the regular Talons, which we saw quite a bit of during the trailer, and they're terrifying. They're not just the straight-up assassins like they were in the actual Court of Owls comic book, but rather more zombie-like in this game. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. I don't want them to just be cannon fodder and a wave of enemies that we can take down with ease. I still want there to be the ultimate challenge when we go into a Court of Owls labyrinth and have to face off against the Talons. They showed off so many different environments in both just the main story trailer and the behind the scenes video that they showcased, and some screenshots that they released online. And I think what has me intrigued about going into these labyrinths or interacting in any way with the Court of Owls in Gotham Knights is that there may be an element of stealth. We saw a portion of the trailer where Nightwing's kind of crouched and sneaking around, same with Batgirl, so it might not be a situation of having to go in there guns ablaze and trying to take down as many Talons or Gladiator Talons as possible. You may have to sneak around, and there may be quite a bit of stealth here. I'm also not sure why so many people were saying that we didn't really get new gameplay. There was plenty of new gameplay in both the story trailer and the behind the scenes video. Just because they don't show you the gameplay from a locked third-person perspective doesn't mean that they aren't giving us new gameplay. We saw Batgirl going up against one of the Gladiator Talons, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood facing off against multiple Talons, and as I mentioned, gameplay of Nightwing and Batgirl sneaking around in the Court of Owls labyrinths. Believe me, I'm with you guys. I want to see what the open world looks like. I want to see what the traversal options are going to be like for the other characters that aren't Batgirl. You know, obviously we saw that Batgirl can glide around, very similar to what we got from Batman in the Arkham games. But yeah, I want to know how Red Hood and Nightwing get around, because as well, we know that Robin uses the Watchtower teleporter. But I'm going to hold out hope that this is the beginning of some marketing for Gotham Knights, and we're not going to have to wait another year to hear about it. I'm hoping that the Game Awards is going to bring us some surprises, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Next up in the news though, the Gotham Knights website was officially updated to have a tab known as Gotham City, and if you go to the website and click on this tab, you're going to see automatically selected is the Court of Owls. Next to it, however, are some locked icons, two on the left and two on the right. Now when it comes to the Court of Owls, it says here that no one one talks about them, not a whispered word is said. The Court of Owls is a secret society that has controlled Gotham City almost since its founding. Comprised of members of the oldest and wealthiest families in the city's history, they are the backbone that's been shaping Gotham's history, controlling the flow of wealth and industry for more than 2 centuries. Among the inhabitants of Gotham, the court is largely considered to be fiction, a folktale. While nursery rhymes about their existence abound, the society itself is well hidden. This is in reference to what happened during the trailer. We saw Nightwing talking to the Penguin, who was revealed through that trailer. He's going to be one of the villains we'll probably go up against in Gotham Knights. And Nightwing was saying that the Court of Owls is a myth. He didn't believe it. And it was the Penguin who had to be like, no. They are very well hidden, but they very much exist. But now the conversation becomes, through this Gotham City tab on the website, does that mean and confirm that there are going to be factions of enemies we have to face off against in Gotham Knights? We know now for sure that one of them is the Court of Owls, and we're going to go up against them, and they are presumably the main antagonists of the game. But if we go back to that newspaper that was attached to the Gotham Knights box that went out to some creators, well, the newspaper has those job postings that may confirm some of the other factions we'll face off against. There was a personal assistant job posting for Falcone Enterprises, so Carmine Falcone and his crime family may be one of the factions that we go up against. Then if we go all the way back to the Capture the Night marketing campaign when they were showcasing those cryptic logos, one of them was the Demon's Head. So the League of Assassins might be another faction that we have to go up against. We also have the Penguin, who was just revealed in that story trailer for Gotham Knights, and although he's not included on the website, he may still be one of the enemy factions. And then lastly, well, we have Mr. Freeze, who was revealed during the DC FanDome event that we got last year. We saw a glimpse of the boss battle facing off against Mr. Freeze, and maybe he will also be one of those enemy factions, but that seems unlikely again, considering they haven't included him onto the website already. So I'm just speculating here about what the 5 factions might end up being, but I will say that all we know of for sure is that the Court of Owls is one of them, and I think if we're talking about what is most likely true out of my speculation, one of the other factions might be the League of Assassins. Lastly, there was a developer working at WB Montreal who tweeted out the story trailer when it was revealed this last Saturday and talked about the release date coming soon. Now the post has since been deleted, and I don't want to out this person, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, so I'm just going to show for you what they said. I'm not going to say who it is or who it was at WB Montreal that said this, but here's what they wrote. Very happy to share this new trailer from the game we've been working on. Hope you enjoy. Release date coming soon. Relax. Now, coming soon can mean a number of things. It can mean a week from now, it can mean tomorrow, or it could mean a couple of months from now during the Game Awards this December. I feel like considering the release date wasn't announced during DC FanDome, this game is most likely not targeted for the first quarter of 2022 like I previously speculated. And with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League still promising a 2022 release window at the end of the trailer, my guess is that that game is going to be coming out maybe around this time next year or potentially towards the holiday season of 2022. So that leaves Gotham Knights in a position to potentially release around the summer of 2022 or maybe the early fall of 2022. And if they're trying to target a summer release date, well then the Game Awards would be a perfect opportunity to announce that and to just continue to build hype for the game leading into the new year. If Gotham Knights is planned to potentially launch before E3 2022, then E3 would again be a perfect opportunity to continue to market Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and get people excited for that game later on in the year. And although my speculation completely missed the mark last time, this is what I'm going to go with as my running theory as to when the release dates are going to be for both Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and when we can expect to see more from both games. I know we're all a little impatient considering we didn't get a lot of content since the last reveal we got for Gotham Knights back in 2020 at DC FanDome, but we're just gonna have to be a little more patient and the game will soon be in our hands. I for one am still very excited. Can't wait to see how this game is gonna play. Can't wait to see all the mechanics, the open world, the free roaming. It's gonna be awesome. And while the newest trailer didn't showcase what I am most excited for with the game when it comes to open world, free roaming and all that, it still showcased something that I'm very much looking forward to in the game, which is the Court of Owls. And with that being said, now I want to kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. First of all, what did you think of the reveal from Gotham Knights during DC FanDome? Also, let me know what you think about the other enemy factions that we're going to face off against within Gotham Knights. And then lastly, sound off in the comments below about when you think the game could release. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It would show your support and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are going to be in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.